It's the ratings after another Liverpool win. Listen, it's not boring. We're not complaining. I've got Kieran, who's I reckon we made ratings fella now. Do you know what I mean? He's like the most Salah of the ratings. Yeah. My guy over there, always giving fantastic performance on this show, like the Reds keep doing as well. So we're going to give 5. Well, we've rated the whole 11, started 11. We're going to talk about 5 of them. But just before we want to do that, I just want to say the only 10 out of 10 I'm giving today is for my Liverpool First Songs, which is by this handsome man next to you. I got it last Christmas. It's available in the club shop and from you direct as well.
MyFirstLiverpoolSongs.com. That's
the best place to go to, yeah. So my first Liverpool Songs .com if you want to get that. And it's just about educating the new generation and stuff like that in a wonderfully colourful way. I'm going to flick through it so you can sort of see what it looks like. But it's beautifully put together, and yeah, a great way for young, or maybe a few older ones as well who want to learn those Liverpool songs.
It's the traditional songs off the cop. It's illustrated, it's rhyming, and it's for the little ones to get them in to supporting our fantastic football team. And yeah, pass the songs on to the next generation. Thank you, Gibbo. Appreciate that.
There we are. Well, of course, but we need to get on to the team. And yeah, 5 players who I want to talk about. I'm going to start with the keeper because Alisson looks like closest to coming back, but this guy, the performances he's put in since Alisson's been out has been brilliant. I give him a 7, you give him an 8 on this one, but both high scores in tricky conditions as well. And he's so unlucky with the penalty, to save a penalty and have it sort of go in, is unlucky. I've seen a little bit of nonsense that he could have pushed it away, but I think it's someone just blamming the ball straight at you from 12 yards. Everything's in favour of the striker in that instance. So if you save it and it goes back to him, I think you're just unlucky. But I think he's done great, not just at the weekend, but ever since he's taken over from Ali in this one.
I agree. I give him an 8 because of the pen save and because people are being a little bit too critical of him. I'm with you. If you save a penalty and the striker puts it back in, it's unlucky. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, and I know everyone loves Kelleher, but it's a really, really difficult situation arising for Liverpool at the minute because Alisson is obviously close to being back, but unless he's 100% back, you don't want to risk him being injured again. And also, Kelleher has done everything he can to keep the place. Now, we know Alisson is a better keeper. Alisson's the best keeper in the world, but Alisson got re-injured last time by getting played too quickly. So we've got 2 games this week, City and Real Madrid. Now, personally, I think Alisson will need some minutes before you throw him in against Man City. But unless he's 100% ready to play against Real Madrid, I think Kelleher has earned the start. It's a tough one with Kelleher as well because the future of him, we signed a goalkeeper, didn't we? And I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for Kelleher. I don't know what that means for Alisson long term. But I would do everything we can to keep Kelleher. If Kelleher goes, it has to be on some sort of buyback term in the future because I genuinely believe he's the second best keeper in the league. Every time he's called upon, he delivers, and he's obviously hungry to play more games. So, I mean, I think he's great.
Yeah, no, I think he's done so well, and the conditions as well, it is a thing. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you win, you can talk about it a bit more than if you lose. Listen, if we'd got beat 2-1, no one wants to hear us go, oh yeah, but it was windy. But I think if you win, then you can say, well, look, it wasn't necessarily the easiest. And I always think it's harder for a goalkeeper because they're dealing with balls in the air, they're dealing with crosses and things like that, really. And I thought he did all the basic parts of his goalkeeping well as the saves. There's a decent one from the first half as well. I think it's a set piece that sort of breaks to a lad, and it's a smart save there. But everything about him is just very assured at the moment, and even on the south coast when it's blowing a gale, he just deals with everything with a minimum of fuss, and that's why I like him.
That's it. And the best goalkeepers are usually the ones who don't have to do much, but when they're called upon, they deliver. Now, he had a little bit more to do yesterday than previous games. But Liverpool controlled the game. Liverpool had the ball for most of the game in bad conditions. And when they break and they counter-attack, he pulls off a great save. He saves the penalty and he's unlucky. I just think he put in a great performance, and he always does. Yeah,
no, he always does at the moment. And I agree with Keo. If the main fella's not right, then there's no need to rush him. Let's let Kelleher play these massive games coming up at Anfield, because I don't think he'll let anyone down.
Everything the Anfield Wrap does this week is free. Every show, audio or video, we are putting out so you can get a good taste of the flavour of the Anfield Wrap as this season heats up. Obviously we're doing that because we want you to subscribe, so if you've done that in the past and you're thinking about coming back to us, then now will be a great time. And if you have never done it before, then also think about it now as well. We're approaching December, it's the crunch time of the campaign. It is the Anfield Wrap, therefore your pre-match, during the match, post-match, we've got you covered. Enjoy the week.
Speaking of which, another guy who won't let anyone down in the absence of a bigger name is Conor Bradley, and it leads us on to him because, you know, he's had to be a bit more patient than Keith this season, you know, after that's his first league start since April. But again, he comes in and puts in a short performance. I've given him a 6, you give him a 7. I think he maybe is a 6.5, you know, but he does all right in the game. And similar with Kelleher, like he always seems to for Liverpool coming in.
Yeah, I think 6.5 might be fair. We're meeting in the middle on that one. But he's another one who makes you feel that he's when the main man's out. We haven't seen as much as Bradley as we think. Yeah. We seem to think that we've had Bradley for ages and we've seen him play loads of football games, but seems about 12 months. But all of a sudden, already he's very trusted. And again, it's another player that Liverpool fans want to keep and want to see long term at the football club, which is hard when you have such a good player in front of him at right back. I think he's got a massive future ahead, not only just at Liverpool, but this week. Again, we talked about Alisson and being close back. I don't know exactly where Trent is, but Conor Bradley against Real Madrid doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me to put Conor Bradley against Mbappe. No, but it's also a marker as well of where Bradley is actually at. If he plays against Real Madrid and has a really, really good game, then he's good enough for Liverpool. I mean, at that other sort of, cross a barrier for me there. I already rate him. I think he's fantastic. I know Craig loves him and eulogises about him all the time. We always speak to Craig about him. So I'm fully confident he's got the ability and he's got a future at Liverpool. But if he goes and puts in a great performance against Real Madrid, there'll be a few people in the boozer who are questioning whether the contract's needed. You know what I mean?
But that's what he'll want, won't he? Because, you know, you'll want to play for Liverpool, but you want to play in the biggest games, don't you? So once you've made your debut and things like that, and you've sort of made it, now the likes of him and Kieran as well will think, I want to play in these big games as well. And this is a real test for him, but it's a test he'll relish. And for Bradley, I think the bigger game, the better he plays. To be honest with you, I think that's the way. You think back to that Chelsea game last year, where his father just passed away, and so much sort of going on, and it's a big night at Anfield, and we tore them apart, and he's just absolutely sensational. And I think, you know, there's certain players who aren't that experienced, who look at Real Madrid and go, fucking hell, do you know what I mean? The players they've got, like, it looks like Vinicius Junior's injured, but that just means Mbappe's more likely to play on the side, you know, where he features. And there's a few I think will cower a bit of that, but you imagine him, he's going, no, bring it on, because I want to show, like you've just said before, that I belong at this level.
There'll be a few that cower over it because of what Madrid can do and because of what Mbappe can do. And even if it was Trent, there'd be people who are a bit concerned about Mbappe being on that side. So I understand the concerns, but the best thing we can say about Conor Bradley is we know full well he'll be sitting here this week absolutely dying to play in that game and absolutely dying to nullify an Mbappe and be part of the Liverpool team as a massive European night at Anfield. Again, it causes the manager problems, because if he does, same as I said with Kelleher, if he does come in and he has a fantastic game, then you've got a problem on your hands against Man City, because, you know, I don't like taking shirts off players who are playing very, very well.
No, and I don't think the manager will want to do that as well, so it'll be a nice problem to have. But in terms of this game, certainly didn't do anything wrong, certainly didn't let anyone down, as usual, from Conor Bradley. I want to jump onto the Virgil now, but I was going to say the centre-half, so I went with the Virgil. I want to talk about Virgil. Just one word, no there. I've given him a 7, you give him a 6. The reason I went a bit high on him, because you might say, he made that mistake for the goal, and I'd understand if people may be a bit surprised when it was 7, but I thought, up to that point, I thought he really helped us get on top of the game, and the lad they had up top caused a lot of problems. Obviously goes off injured in the end, but it's his first game, so we probably haven't had too much of a look at him, and the way he was holding the ball up and getting others into play, and little bits of dribbling from him as well, we were struggling with that first. But I thought Virgil, he was so smart how he just went, I'm just going to get in front of him every time, and you saw it after about 10 minutes he really got to grips with him, and I think that helped us get on top. And I think you could talk about his like physical attributes and how cool he is and how good he is at football and his speed, but he showed how smart he is as well by just going, no, I haven't seen this fella before, but after 10 minutes I've figured it out and I know what I'm going to do.
He's done that all season, you know. He's been, when we're 1-0 up, when we get the goal, Virgil becomes one of our most important players, especially in Anfield when we push the opposition right back, and it usually is knocked along the halfway line and centre circle. He just keeps things ticking. He's a very, very important player. Why I've gone 6, I wish he went 7 now. I do wish he went 7.
It is a bad mistake for the goal.
Yeah, it's a bad mistake putting him in 6, not a 7 as well, just because it's Virgil. And it is a mistake for the goal. But also, I think I'm putting a little bit of blame on him because Liverpool at times yesterday did feel as if we weren't as safe as we usually are. And that usually comes from Virgil. But we'll meet in the middle again at a 6.5. We've done that twice now. But it's an unusual performance from. It's very rare that we get less.
It's probably Konate's weakest performance for a while.
Exactly.
I mean, very high standards.
And we both scored in lower than we usually score, Konate, and he's been fantastic recently. But both centre-halves were fantastic yesterday. Only Liverpool were fantastic yesterday overall, and that's why these aren't all the 8s and 9s, apart from one fellow we'll get onto in a minute. But yeah, it's just a bit of an unusual performance from Virgil. Liverpool weren't as safe as they usually are. We concede 2 goals, so yeah, I mean, he can play better than that, can't he?
Yeah, I think that is fair. Southampton caused small problems. I think that most teams haven't certainly scored more goals than most have this season as well. So not a perfect day for any of the defence really, and certainly the centre-half partnership, but they got through it, and that's the most important thing. Moving on to the midfield, then I picked out Szoboszlai, he's the goal scorer. I give him a 6, you give him a 7. I would say he takes the goal beautifully, considering it's his wrong foot. It's a perfect finish. It's, you know, you can't place it any better. And you might say, oh, you want more from him, you want more goals from him and stuff like that. Well, he's delivered a big one yesterday.
That's why I went 7. And I've seen a clip last night of Carragher talking about him just after he scored, talking about he want more from him, and Liverpool fans were saying the same thing yesterday after he scored. He scored. You know what I mean? There
you go.
If he didn't score, you can say it after the match, you can say we need more from him, but when he scored, and he scored a great goal, by the way, and usually I don't think he scored since January, I mean, you have to check that, but I think he scored the Premier League goal since January or something. When you're in that position as a midfielder, and the manager's asking you publicly to get more goals, and the fans are asking you to probably get more goals, you snatch at them. It's very easy to snatch at that, but he stays so composed and he finds his finish. He could have played better than he did overall yesterday, but that's what a 7 is. And I think if you answer your critics who are asking for more goals and you take a goal so well, then yeah, 7's fair.
Yeah, that is completely fair, and he does take it absolutely brilliantly. Like I said, you know, with his wrong foot, and he's contributing for his off the ball work. It was really smart sort of yesterday as well, and I think, you know, he's one who maybe people want a little bit more from, not just in terms of goals, but performances at the moment. But there's a couple of big games coming up, and he's another one, Keo, who I think plays well in these bigger occasions, partly because he helps you get on top in games, and partly because of his physicality, and he's able to make things difficult. And I think whether he starts against Real Madrid or whether he starts against City or both of them, I think whoever he's playing against will know they're in a game against him, because on and off the ball, he needs looking after, basically.
The off-the-ball things is huge, because I don't think he gets enough credit for that. I mean, I remember a time not long ago where Liverpool's midfield couldn't move. It really couldn't move. Yeah. And now, you watch the ground he covers. I don't know the stats, but I guarantee he'll be up there in terms of distance covered in games. He has legs and he's an engine. The thing he needs is more goals and assists. But again, like you said, that he gets that yesterday, which kicks him on for Real Madrid and Man City. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets another.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised at all if he adds to that this week. It's John Gibbons from the Anfield Wrap with a quick interjection to let you know a little bit more about a fantastic offer at the moment at Anfield with LFC Tours. Now, if you've not been to the Anfield on a non-match day for a while, you've not done one of the stadium tours for a while, or you don't know about the full range of activities they have at the moment, then this is a fantastic opportunity to have a look into it and also save yourself some money, because there's loads going on a non-match day. There's the classic stadium tour, of course, that is always being developed, and that includes the newly designed LFC Museum, which is absolutely brilliant. You can even abseil from Anfield if you want at the moment, and there's Legends, Q&As and ultimate Anfield experiences as well. And until December the 2nd, you can get money off, and it's a really good discount as well. It is 30% off the Classic Stadium Tour. That includes the museum as well, with the code Black Friday 30. So that is Black Friday 30 when you're booking. You can either book a particular date, or you can get a gift voucher from that as well, and you get 30% off. Or if you want to do something a little bit more special, there is the Legends Q&As. So after the stadium tour, you'll hear from a legend who's played and won trophies, I'm sure, for Liverpool Football Club, just to hear a little bit more from them, and maybe a chance to ask a question there yourself as well. Or there's the Anfield experience, or the ultimate LFC experience as well. They are really special. I've been lucky enough to go on one of those, and it makes you feel like an absolute VIP, and maybe a Liverpool player yourself. Or also there's the Anfield abseil, so if you're brave and you want to tackle that, there is that as well. So if you can see yourself abseiling from the top of the main stand, why not get stuck in? Because at the moment you've got 20% off all of those with the code Black Friday 20. Like I said before, you can book for a specific date, or you can get a gift voucher for yourself or a family member for Christmas as well. So get ahead for Christmas with LFC Tours. If you're interested in finding out more about those experiences, or you want to book, you just need to go to lfc.tv/tours. That's lfc.tv/tours and get stuck in. It's the last one. Who else can we talk about? He's the main man. Everyone's talking about him. It's Mo Salah. You've given him an 8. That's probably right. I've given him a 9. I just couldn't help myself, to be honest with you. It probably is an 8 out of 10 performance, but what it certainly is, Keogh, forget about the scores. It's a match-winning performance from him. The finish for the second is just brilliant. You know, there's not many players in the world, who can do that. Boom, just take it past them. One touch. He makes the keeper look silly, really, with the way he does it. But to be fair to the goalie, there's not many who try to sort of do that sort of first time. It's a good penalty from him to win the game as well. It's a great celebration. He's just the main fella.
It's a 9, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's a 9. It's a 9. 8.5, meet in the middle there for the third time today. But look, what I liked so much yesterday about Mo is he clearly wanted to turn that round more than anyone on the pitch. As soon as we go down, he just becomes a man possessed. He ups his game, he wants the ball, he's beating players, and you knew he was going to score. He goes and gets 2 and gets the winner for Liverpool. It's not the first time he's done it, it won't be the last time he's done it this season, but I was saying before the game yesterday that I wanted Liverpool to just win 2-0, nice and boring, goal on 20, 30 minutes and another one on 50, 60 minutes, and just be nice and easy. But I reckon it's done us a favour in going that way. There's nothing better than seeing Mo take his top up after he's just dragged you back from being in a place you didn't want to be in, especially before these 2 big games this week. There's been a little bit of drama this morning around him. I know there's been a few comments about the stuff he says after the match. But all he can keep doing is putting in performances like that. We've got his back. I know the phrase is give him what he wants, but what we're trying to say there is we will absolutely go mad if Mo Salah isn't offered a contract at this football club. So just keep playing, Mo, just keep winning, and we've got your back.
We've absolutely got your back, because he's had ours, and that's the thing, isn't he? Because every time he stepped onto the pitch, Keogh, he's not even only shown his quality, but he's shown his desire. And he talked after the game saying, I love the fans and they love me, and you feel like that. You feel like him coming to Liverpool's been the making of him, but also, what he's given us, we're so grateful for it as well. And it does feel like a real mutual appreciation every time he steps onto the pitch, because he probably feels like them fans have helped power me to just to the stratosphere maybe I didn't think was likely when I was at Bale or whatever it was. And for us, we never thought, we'd see a goal scorer like him, what he's sort of, shown and the records he's broken. And so there is that mutual love, which is a tight bond that, owners and sporting directors are going to have to be careful, because they won't break it.
But it's not just a mutual love based on what he's done for us in the past. This love and this talk about Salah is because I think everyone can see that he's currently the best player in Europe, maybe the best player in the world, and I'll nail myself to that. And also, he's not showing no signs of slowing down. Yeah. So it's not just the fact that what he's done for Liverpool. I think everyone's talking about him so much and being so passionate about it, because he's got plenty in the tank for Liverpool, and the fans do love him, and we really, really do love him. And I'd be very disappointed if he doesn't stay.
Well, hopefully, how would you disappoint that face? Come on, if you're watching Richard Hughes sort it out, you can't disappoint Kieran. Not at Christmas. Come on, have some heart. Listen, that has been the ratings. Hope you've enjoyed it. We will flash up right now all the scores from the doors from this game. So hope you enjoyed that. If you're enjoying this for the first time, we do this after every Premier League game. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it and you want to subscribe, we'd love to have you along. We're doing this alongside loads of other shows to preview and review Liverpool's fixtures. So get stuck in, subscribe, and buy Keel's book. It's boss. Up the Reds.